What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another quickfire review. Usually only do these with some games, but I feel like I had to do it for this one. So I am reviewing, of course, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. Now, I just completed my playthrough of it, and what do I think of it? Well, I gave little nods throughout the entire playthrough of what I thought of it, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's not very good. It's oh, shock of the century. There have been plenty of people talking about this game. People have done more in-depth reviews. I definitely suggest you watch those more. But if you want to hear my personal opinion, then that's cool. Which is what these are. These are just short reviews talking about it. So yeah, I guess we'll start off with the gameplay. I think is one of the most important things, of course. For me, gameplay, story, and characters is the most important things to me. Graphics and all of that kind of fall into like a secondary thing. But talking about the gameplay first, I haven't got a problem with repetitive gameplay. I actually don't. I don't mind it. I've got no issue with it because a lot of games do have lots of repetitive gameplay, and a lot of my favourite games do it as well. So that's not a problem for me. It's the level design is really bad, and it is. It's really, really bad. I don't really understand why a lot of the missions are literally the same thing, which is escort a vehicle to a certain location, probably to blow something up, or it will be like fill up this van full of people that are being hunted down by the enemy, or destroy this cannon, or destroy or collect up all this data or whatever. And they're pretty much like, there are main missions like that, and then the side missions are pretty much what the main missions were. There are only a few missions that are different, and that include, of course, the boss fights, which we will get to, by the way, because there's to talk about that as well. But the overall gameplay is just a bit. I don't understand why, apart from Deadshot and Harley. Like, why is Captain Boomerang using a gun when he has boomerangs? You know, like, that is what he is known for. If you've ever seen him in anything, through reading a cartoon or not, you'll know that he rarely uses guns, yet he's using shotguns and SMGs and all of that, and you're thinking, alright, calm down. And again, King Shark, he never uses weapons. I don't know why. Yeah, give him a big machine gun, but an LMG, sorry. Yeah, cool, but it's not what he's known for. He's known for having, his two big like machete, well, basically machete thing. I don't even know what you call them, but his own versions of the Blades of Chaos, essentially, because they kind of look like that actually a little bit, I mean, as I said, Deadshot and Harley, I haven't got a problem with them using guns, but even again, I'd like to see Harley use her she's also known for using, what's those big things you use? I can't remember what it's called. You use them when you play that game where you knock the thing and it tries to hit the bell at the top to test your strength, but I can't remember what the mallet. No, it's not a mallet. Anyway, it's that weapon though. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. But also a bat is what she's known for. Yeah, she uses guns like rocket launchers and pistols and all of that, and that's fine. And again, but I don't know. It's just a bit meh. And if we want to talk about the graphics of the game as well, Arkham Knight actually, which by the way, Arkham Knight is one of my favourite games of all time. It genuinely is. It's one of the rare games. I've only 100%ed 3 games in my life, I think, and that is one of them. It is such a good game, and for this to be its follow-up is very, very disappointing. The graphics aren't as good for this one, 100% are not. I do know the fact that the people that worked on the Arkham games, so Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. Arkham Origins was made by another company, but is part of the Arkhamverse as well, though it is all part of it. It was just made by somebody else. A bit like it's like Gears of War Judgment, for example. That wasn't actually made by the Coalition. The Coalition that was made by a different company, but it's part of the Gears of War timeline. But yeah, Arkham. But yeah, the overall, the fact is that a game isn't made, as good as its predecessor, doesn't look at least better, that's very alarming. And as I said, as I was saying there, the people that actually worked on it, the people that were at Rocksteady for the Arkham games, pretty much none of them are there anymore. And they're trying to scramble around to making a sequel that is just plain awful. And I think we should get into the story now. So, this is the story essentially. Brainiac, I've heard of him. I have. I didn't know too much about him. He has come to Earth. Now, there are actually more than one of him. There are actually 13 of him altogether from 13 different universes. And he has taken over. He's completely destroyed Earth in one of these universes, in Earth 2 essentially, and is using that to attack Earth 1, which is our current one. So with that, he that is his goal, and he's managed to take control of the entire Justice League except for Wonder Woman. She is the only one, and not at first. The Flash did get away with her, but he gets turned later on, of course, when he gets captured by Batman. Now, this is a small thing that I want to get into first, and I've got to I've just got to let you know, this is not me attacking race. I have to say that this is not right. I have no problem with playing as a woman in a video game, playing as a black man or woman in a video game. I don't care if they've got if they're a good character, they're fine. And that goes for anybody. That includes white males as well. I liked Targa Anderson in Alan Wake 2, for example. I did. I thought she was a very good character, you know. And I don't understand why we do this to established characters that have been around for a long, long time, either in comics or in cartoons or whatever, or just been on the big screen for a long time. Why do we race swap? It never understood. But in the Last of Us TV show, why is Joel's daughter? What's her name? That's really annoying. Why is she? She was a white girl in the game, but she's a black girl in the TV series. And Maria again, she's a white woman in the games, but they changed her race. Why? It just seems so unnecessary. What, to appease audiences, the newer audience? Like, I mean, come on. Like, what are you appeasing? Like, I don't understand. Here's another one. Here's to do with the actual game. Why? Right. When the Suicide Squad film the first one came out in like 2016, wasn't it? They cast Will Smith as Deadshot. Now, Deadshot, if you've seen him in Arkham Origins, in Arrow, and in loads of comic books and all of that, he is a white guy, and he's a white guy. That is what he's always been. But for some reason they cast Will Smith. Now listen, I like Will Smith. I liked him a lot more before he slapped Chris Rock, but I think he's a good actor, and I think he did play Deadshot quite well. But why are we casting a black person for a character that's always been a white guy? Like, why feel the need? And then they've done it in this game because of probably the Suicide Squad game. This is a small thing, by the way, guys. There's a very small thing, but it's just when you have an established character and you either gender swap or race swap them, it just doesn't make sense because these characters already existed. Why they feel the need to change their race just to appease to an audience is ridiculous. As I said, I am not a right or a left wing. I'm not either. I'm in the middle. I just call out stuff that is seen to be too silly, and this is too silly. Again, Green Lantern. If you've seen him in literally any cartoon or film, well, the one film he was in, I'd understand if you didn't watch it. It wasn't a great film. Ryan Reynolds would agree. But again, white guy. He's always been a white guy. Why the hell have we changed his race again? I just don't understand. It's just so silly. Like, you don't need to. And also, if you wanted a black member of the Justice League, why didn't you just get Cyborg in? And that's another thing. Where are Cyborg and Aquaman? And why is the Green Lantern there? I know he's technically part of the Justice League, but he's not a core member. The core members are Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. Have you not seen the Justice League films in recent years? The two Justice League films which have those 6 characters in? But Aquaman and Cyborg are just... They're referenced, but you don't see them. Where are they? You know, I really don't get it. Just as I said, this is a small thing, but it's just the thing that irks me. As I said before, I have no problem with playing as a black character or a woman or a black woman in a video game. I don't care. I don't care usually. I'm not asked. But what does irritate me is when you've taken a character that already exists and then just change their race or their gender just because you want to appease to an audience. It's ridiculous and it's dumb. And it's really dumb. And you know as well, and you know 100% it's white people that are doing this. That are making these decisions. They're too fucking scared to just keep the characters as they are. I just don't understand. This is not necessary. It's not necessary. Anyway, that's just a small thing. I've just got to clarify that was not an attack on race. That was if anything, it was criticism of why we're race swapping. We don't need to. We genuinely don't need to. As I said, that you don't need to do it, and it's not needed. But it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, it's not a big deal, even though I kind of sounded like I was making a big deal out of it. It's just something there where you've taken a character that already exists and just changed their race for literally no reason, and there isn't really a good reason you can give for that. Task Force X of Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang have been tasked with taking down the entire Justice League. How are any of them... Let's just think about this. How the hell are the Suicide Squad of all people going to stop the Justice League? Any of the members, even Batman. I think maybe King Shark could beat Batman. But we've seen countless times that Harley Quinn, Deadshot cannot beat Batman. Batman kicks their ass every time. And Captain Boomerang's, I think if he squared up against Batman, he would get his ass kicked as well. Like, the Justice League are the very best. And these, I mean, literally 3 out of 4 don't even have like special abilities. You know? They're just human. The only one who has special abilities is King Shark, and that's it. And that is it. The rest, no. And can we just see with these boss fights that I mean, first off, the Flash and Superman don't even get a bloody cutscene when they die. They just die. And they're just, okay, like an emotional death or anything like that. Nope, they just die. With Wonder Woman, obviously she actually gets killed by Superman. She actually got a nice send off. That's fine. And then with Green Lantern, he just gets shot in the head, essentially by Deadshot, shot in the head, and that's that. So that was kind of sad. Also, there was one thing I actually forgot to mention. I did watch a video a few days ago about Deadshot, and apparently the white version of Deadshot was actually an imposter or from another universe or something like that. Okay, it still doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I forgot to mention that a moment ago. It just came to my mind now. I should write a basic script of what I need to talk about, but I just go with what's in my mind. But there's that. Anyway, yeah, and then of course Batman gets disgusted. Genuinely, from Rocksteady, every single person at Rocksteady should hang their head in shame for this. Disgusting. And you know, everybody at Warner Brothers as well. Disgusting what you've done to Batman. Batman is one of my favourite heroes of all time, and he's probably the most famous superhero of all time. And remember, this is in the Arkhamverse. I know a lot of people, including myself, like to pretend that it's not, but it is. It's canon. And that is how he dies. This is the Batman we've played in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight. You know? That's the guy. And he just gets taken out like this. I do want to say as well, I said it at the end of the final part, rest in peace to Kevin. He was Kevin Conroy. Sorry, I lost the ability to speak there. Rest in peace, voice of Batman. Unfortunately, this was his last This is what his last project was. I wish it was something better. Unfortunately, it's not. And the fact is that Batman just gets shot in the head by Harley Quinn, by the way, of all people. You know, if it would have been probably the most poetic person to kill Batman would have been the Joker, if you know. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm glad the Joker wasn't in this game, because not that I saw, because they would have absolutely shredded him to shit. He is so good in the Arkham games. like he's my favorite villain. I've got a poster of him in my room. What a gamer! But I just don't know, man. The story is shit. How the hell the Justice League lose to the fucking Suicide Squad is ridiculous. Like, the boss fights are crap as well. Like, they're so easy. I know I played on easy mode, but there still should be a line of difficulty for a boss fight, and it was so easy. So easy. I didn't fail at all. I barely died, like, complete. I don't, you know, I don't know. I've just lost the ability to speak because it's just so stupid. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else damning I need to talk about, but as I said, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. And I did have fun with certain sections of the game, but overall, I just don't like it. I just don't like how Batman is treated. The fact is that he literally made himself immune to the fear gas, but he can't, you know, get over the fact that he's been brainwashed by Brainiac. And I just don't know. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But there's a very huge disappointment. I mean, a lot of people didn't have much hope for the game coming into it. I was trying to remain hopeful, but it's what a lot of people expected it to be. Yeah. It's, you know, I'm a big fan of both Marvel and DC. I wouldn't say fanboyism. I don't really think I get. I can be. You can be a big fan of something, but not at fanboy level. And I would say that this was a massive disappointment. And the fact that this is a follow-up to one of my favorite games of all time, of Batman Arkham Knight, hurts me. It does. It hurts because Batman Arkham Knight is genuinely one of the greatest games I've ever played, and it's just so unfortunate that it's followed up by this, you know. And the thing is, as well, the map itself is actually pretty good. I'll give something there. Metropolis is a very nice map, and I saw another video a few days ago that the next game after Arkham Knight should have been a game where you play as the Justice League, not you playing as the Suicide Squad, killing every member of the Justice League. You know, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. But yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, it's not even a proper ending. You kill Brainiac, but there's still 12 more of him, and in seasons. Every season that goes by, I reckon you'll be killing another Brainiac. So there's not even a proper ending to it. It's just more of the same, really, at the end of the day. But hey, that's what it is. But it's a disappointing game, and I feel like I had to make a review on it. And it was a lot shorter than expected as well. I thought it was going to be a lot longer than it was. Anyway, I do want to just once again clarify that when I had the section, when I was talking about race swapping and stuff, that was not a racial attack. I've just got to clarify that because there are some proper thick people that will completely ignore that and think I'm being racist or something. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anybody that is racist I find disgusting. You know, I've got no problem with playing, as I said, as a black male, a black female, a white female. Character in a video game. I do not care as long, and this goes for white people as well. As long as you've got good personality, like a good character, it's whatever. You're fine. You're cool. But I truly hate it. You know, I hate racism. I think we should all be treated as equals. I think that's fair. But I just don't understand why we have to race swap just to appease to some people. When let's be honest, the people we're probably trying to appeal to probably don't even care. It's just I don't know, man. But but it's fine. It's fine if that's what a developer wants to do. Then they can, but it will leave bitter taste, you know, in a lot of people's mouths. But hey ho, if it was a brand new character and it was a black, if Green Lantern never existed and he was just introduced into this game, I wouldn't even be talking about this because I wouldn't have cared. But because he was already an established white guy for years and years, and then suddenly just turned black to appease an audience. That's what annoyed me. But overall, this game was very, very poor. I'd give it 3 out of 10, and that's me being quite nice, I think. So yeah, I guess that'll be that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.